My name is, King Mukherjee. I am a professor of supply chain and global business leadership in Minnesota in College of Saint Benedict, St. John's University. I'm also the founder, director, and president of Global Impex, the textile company, as well as its two subsidiary, Stripe Medical and Game Day March. And I've been in the textile industry and the supply chain world and business world for almost 22 years now, based out of Minnesota for last 15 years. Very good question. And I recently got back from Charlotte in North Carolina, where we had our industrial fabric or advanced textile expo, where I was presenting in the supply chain panel. And after talking to almost 100 business executives, leaders, and other people, business owners, there are major 4 to 5 takeaways which I learned and absorbed during the show, also during our panel discussion. The number one will be people are a little nervous, especially small business to medium-sized business for 2023. They see demand is softening. From business owners' perspective, the biggest thing is the high interest rate, which is 7.5 to 8%, which used to be 6 months back just 2-3%. So the cost of doing business is grown significantly, and 5% hit to a business an increase in cost of capital, to cost of borrowing, to cost of banking is a huge amount. That is number two. Number three is, supply chain is easing its pressure. It is doing much better now with container prices coming down. Trucks are flowing again, but still, there is still a lot of work needs to be done. The prices for containers or supply chain cost prices would not come down necessarily, to the 2019 pre-pandemic level. So that is there. Number four is inflation. Inflation is way over the roof. The effective inflation is 10% and over. So coupled with high interest cost of the capital, it's a big issue for business. And finally, I heard, and I felt this more down south than upper in Midwest, where I am in Minnesota, the labor shortage and the labor problems are much more acute than what it is up here. So people are not coming to work. Factories and warehouses are struggling to get workers. Retail stores owners were complaining that people are taking too long of a break. People don't want to come to the office anymore in person. So labor problem, inflation problem, high interest rate, demand being slowing down, and still some issues with supply chain. And all this is looming or indicative that the recession is really out there. It is about to happen in 6 to 8 months' time. Whether it will be a soft landing or a hard landing recession, we don't know it. But business is a little bit nervous in terms of 2023 business outlook, and people are preparing to make some adjustments. So that will be my summary and takeaway from the overall situation. As I have stated in my opening remarks, I feel 2023, the inflation, there will be high inflation. The cost of products will continue to rise, maybe not at the same pace as second half of 2022, but I feel there is a chance of a mild recession globally, especially in the US. And the demands will slow down. I also got the reports today, this morning, coming out of China, that production from China and the business between China and US are slowing down significantly. So it will lead to the global economy slowing down. Whether it will lead to hard recessions, slow recession, or soft recession, nobody can say that at this time. But 2023 will be a slower growth and sluggish growth, and maybe from 2024, 25, demand will keep on picking up. Inflation is really hurting business a lot. If the cost of procurement has gone up by 10-12%, coupled with higher cost, interest cost of doing business, along with labor shortage, it has tremendous effect. Small business is struggling to keep their doors open because of inflation. Everything is so high. So all we are trying to do in this inflationary pressure, be it at our household, be it at a grocery store, or be it our businesses, is keep our head down, let the storm pass by, and then we'll come out in the open. That's how businesses are handling these days. Inflation is really hurting businesses and the bottom line and the gross and net profit in a big way these days. Very, very excellent question. And I've been thinking about it for a long time as I travel from Midwest to the South to all over the country. I feel, the COVID definitely has an impact on mind of people. As people were locked down and shut out from work, people started looking things from different ways. It's different for different people. Some people are really scared to go back to work still for COVID and other related. Number two, many of the people who have recovered from COVID is going through something called as, long COVID effect, in which they don't have the same energy, vitality to work full time for a long time. Number three is, many of the people have chosen to retire and is off the workforce after COVID happened. Number four, I see in general, some people are used to working from home, and as more and more companies in New York and other places are mandating, including Elon Musk, that you come to the office 4 days or 5 days a week, people are quitting their jobs. Number five is the population is aging too in this country. We do not have enough supplies from birth and also from immigration, which is also a big issue. So the flow of people in the workforce is not adequate to the demand. Especially the demand has come back in a big way after COVID in many industries, including travel, tourism, transportations, and others. So we have not been able to cope up with that. And people don't want to work full time the same way, because people have been thinking, how to balance their life more, what others they can do. COVID has led to many people trying the entrepreneurial route and not to do the daily grind of 9 to 5. So many multiple factors, from health to mental reason to economic reason to aging to lack of immigration, motivation, remote work, all these, it has led us to have less flow of workers, be it in the factory, offices, warehouse, trucking, shipyards, everywhere, including university. Here we are looking for people to come and teach. Professors too, they're retiring. So it's not one reason, it's a multiplier of many reasons. I think small businesses, which is the backbone of American economy, almost 65 to 70% of the businesses are small business. I think they are resilient. They will survive. Most of them survived the COVID. I think with this slowdown, I think businesses, from business owners' standpoint of view, they will get a little bit of break from their daily grind, will be able to think more strategically, make some strategic planning, especially with the approaching holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas. And when they come back with new vigor and vitality in the beginning of 2023, I think business owners, business executives, employees, employers, they all will look for new opportunities where they can grow the markets, where they can diversify their product offerings. So I think they will be able to think more creatively and will grow more diversely. In our kind of a businesses, we are thinking of moving more to value-added and finished products, from textiles rolls to more finished products like tarps and bags and value-added things. So every small business are looking at creative ways to grow in next year, and that was the discussion which we had with multiple businesses during our expo in Charlotte. So on one hand, it seems recession, interest rate, inflation are looming. On other hand, from business owners, business executives perspective, actually in a strange way, we are excited for 2023, and we still are very cautiously optimistic that there will be some growth for 2023 in spite of all the external challenges which we are facing, including the oil production being cut, including the wars which is going on in Ukraine. We are very hopeful and cautiously optimistic. We'll take quarter by quarter for 2023. That's our game plan.